that separates the good from the great. That's why Carmen Salvino designed the Ebonite Thunderbolt. The exclusive power core increases gyroscopic action for a sharper hook on heavy oil. And the Thunderbolt rolls farther before hooking, so it hits harder for less deflection and more striking power. The difference between good and great is the power of the Thunderbolt.
Next to Arch Rizal on the left is Brent Snelson, manager of advertising and sales promotion, a look-alike, my pal Senator Dan Quayle of Indiana. Boy, they look like twins. Brent Snelson from Detroit.
And all these AC Delco people are such great bowling fans. They were discussing the tournament finished last week by Amleto Monicelli from Las Vegas, and here they are live from the Gable House in Torrance, California. Now, here's Joe Berardi. 1 win under his belt, leads by 4 pin, has a strike up, and the third can extend to 14 with a strike in the fourth.
Lovely double for Joe Berardi.
Berardi using 18 miles an hour, Chris, a little bit faster than the other players, and his opponent, Pete Weber, going about 16. And historically, 18 miles an hour is the winning speed. I remember when we first started using the Jugs gun, more or less, 18 was the winning speed. So if Berardi can maintain that speed, keep his accuracy and rhythm, and of course play the lanes meticulously close, he's going to be very tough to beat.
His last singles win was in the '83 Firestone. He was born there, so he'll take it.
A little deja vu, Chris. You mentioned the '83 Firestone. That was the key shot for Joe Berardi. There's an old saying in bowling, when you cross over, it's a Brooklyn, but he had so many in that particular tournament, he was calling it a Berardi when he crossed over, so we'll resurrect that and call it a Berardi. He gets a fortuitous strike in the 5th frame and leads by 24 pins.
World's Cup downhill skiing, where they reach speeds of 60+ miles per hour. Wow. Steve Weber with a lazy strike in the 5th frame. Wide World follows us. Men's World Cup Downhill Championship. Prelude to the Calgary Olympic Games that'll be here on ABC.
The key pins. Watch Weber with that powerful ball. The 1 hits the 3. The 5 just ripped over towards the 7 pin. The 6 chops out the 10. See you later. Weber has his first strike in the 5th frame. Chris, but he looks like he's really bowling well. I saw him a couple of times last year where he just didn't look sharp in the championship round. He looks real sharp today. If he can figure out this left-hand lane, he'll give Berardi a run for the money.
Touch of his dad, Dick Weber, in that shot. And running it out, giving it the intensity of a champion.
Pete knows this is good, needs this one to stay close in the match. Not only do the pins feel that reaction, but Joe Berardi will feel it too. Let's see how he answers the challenge of Pete Weber. Only 14 pins separate the players, 6th frame.
3 in a row. Oh, no. 4 in a row for Joe Berardi.
Gets a great break. Watch the action of the head pin. It goes to sideboard, comes out and takes the 4, 5, and 7 pins out. Berardi maintained that 18 miles an hour, got another terrific break. Boom, avoids the split, extends his lead to 24. He has 4 strikes in a row. Coming up, 7th frame.
Semifinal match, the winner to meet Walter Ray Williams. A 2-pin on the left lane. Joe was sort of replaying his arm swing as he came back from the line.
Right, Chris. He was a little bit unhappy with the swing and has to be kind of happy with the result. He avoids the split, leaves the 3-pin standing, a very simple spare. He'll lead the match by 23.
All right, now Pete Weber with the double up, shooting in the 7th frame. 130 pounds of intensity. I'd like to own a thoroughbred horse that had his desire and intensity. You'd win a lot of races.
That's for sure. Just like his daddy. The wiry Pete Weber can cut the lead of Berardi's down to 13 with this strike.
A 4. What was that, a little high, Bo?
Yes, it was, Chris. He tried to just overpower the pins as you picked up. He raised up at the line, getting a little too much lift on the ball. Snaps through, leaves the 4-pin as he quickly is up cross lane to convert the spare.
Meanwhile, our tournament leader, Walter Ray Williams, in his 3rd consecutive television appearance, continues to practice off to the right.
Pete Weber, who has rolled his 27th 300 game, and hopefully this one he got this week would be sanctioned, and that means that the American Bowling Congress would come in and check the lanes. That would be his 28th. He said Elvin Metzger has a record of 29. Peter started very early with 300s. Age of 12, he rolled his first sanctioned 300. As you see our tournament leader warming up in the sidelines, waiting to see who will challenge him for the title.
Pete Weber on the left lane.
No doubt about this one.
Now Berardi. Joe getting some nice end results here in his 2nd game of the afternoon.
Watch Berardi as he hits the 1-3, slices out the 5, and tomahawks that 10 with that 6-pin. A great power strike answering Weber's challenge. He knew he got a break on that 10, but that's why he has so much power on the ball. You develop your own breaks. Now here's a key shot in the match. He can put Weber on the ropes if he strikes. If he doesn't, the match is up for grabs.
His most powerful strike of the afternoon.
He picked up the speed. He threw it hard right towards the pocket. Took a lesson from Lamletto Monicelli's victory last week in Vegas. Just throws a rocket dead at the 1-3. He puts the pressure on Weber. Weber must strike 9th frame to stay in the match.
We've seen him do that before. Strong in the clutch.
The prospects for Pete Weber as he comes up here in the 10th frame. 3 more strikes, he would finish with a 2:34 game. Berardi working at a 2:38 pace. So if Weber can get at least 1 strike and possibly 2 here in the 10th and 11th frames, he'll put the pressure on Berardi. Otherwise, it'll be Berardi and Walter Ray Williams Jr. for the title.
Four 7-10 for Pete Weber.
Pete quickly up on the approach is just going to shoot for the 4-7. He knows it's all over. Finishes with a 199 game. Berardi in the driver's seat. We're going to see a final match. Joe Berardi, the father-to-be of twins, going against the hottest man in professional bowling in the past 2 years, Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Look at that. 3-bagger, the winner to meet Walter Ray Williams. Professional Bowlers Tour will continue after this message and a word from our local station.